Hey beautiful Taurus, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into this reading, I need you to take a deep breath with me because what I am about to share with you today is going to shift your entire perspective on everything you have been going through. You know those people who have been working against you spiritually, the ones who have been sending negativity your way, trying to block your blessings, trying to dim your light? Well, the universe has something absolutely fascinating to show us today, and I promise you, by the end of this reading, you are going to understand why you have been feeling such a strange shift in the energy around you lately. There has been this quiet sense of relief, this feeling that somehow the pressure is lifting, and today we are going to uncover exactly why that is happening. What I am picking up for you is not just about karma coming back around, it is about something far more intricate and perfectly orchestrated by the universe itself. The very people who decided to wage this spiritual war against you, the ones who thought they could diminish your power and steal your joy, are now experiencing something that nobody could have predicted except for the divine itself. They are turning on each other, Taurus. They are literally tearing each other apart, and you did not have to lift a single finger for this to happen. The universe has taken the wheel, and what is unfolding is a masterclass in divine justice that we are going to explore together today. Now let me pull the first card for you because I am so excited to show you what the universe wants you to understand about this situation. The energy here is so clear, so precise, and it is going to give you confirmation about things you have been sensing, but maybe doubting or questioning. You know how sometimes you get a feeling about something, but then your logical mind tries to talk you out of it? The cards are going to validate those intuitive hits you have been receiving and show you that you were right all along about what was happening behind the scenes. The first card I am drawing for you is the Tower, and I need you to understand that this card showing up in this position is absolutely perfect. The Tower represents sudden upheaval, the collapse of structures that were built on false foundations, and the revelation of truth that can no longer be hidden. When I see the Tower in a reading about your enemies or people working against you, it tells me that everything they built, every plan they made, every scheme they concocted is falling apart in spectacular fashion. But what makes this even more powerful in your reading is that the Tower is not just affecting one person, it is affecting their entire group dynamic. Think about the Tower card for a moment. You have this tall structure that looked stable and imposing from the outside, but it was built on a foundation of lies, ego, and negative intentions. The lightning bolt that strikes it represents divine intervention, the sudden realization or event that exposes the truth and brings everything crashing down. For the people who are working against you, their Tower moment is happening right now, and it is manifesting as internal conflict, betrayal within their ranks, and the complete disintegration of any unity they once had. What I am seeing specifically is that there was a ringleader in this situation, someone who gathered others around them and convinced them to join in this spiritual attack against you. This person positioned themselves as the leader, the one who knew best, the one who had the power to coordinate this effort against you. But the Tower is showing me that this person's true nature is being revealed to the others. And they are starting to see through the manipulation, starting to understand that they were being used, and starting to question why they ever agreed to participate in this in the first place. The foundation of lies that this ringleader built is crumbling, and with it, their reputation, their relationships with the others, and their sense of power and control are all falling apart. This is not happening quietly either, Taurus. The Tower does not do anything quietly. This is dramatic, visible, and shocking to everyone involved. People who thought they were friends are now bitter enemies. People who thought they could trust each other are now exposed as liars and manipulators. The group that once seemed so unified in their purpose against you is now a battlefield where everyone is fighting for themselves and blaming everyone else for the disaster that their lives have become. And here's the beautiful part that I need you to really take in. You are completely removed from this chaos. You are not in the Tower when it falls. You are not caught in the rubble. You are standing at a safe distance, watching it all unfold, probably with a sense of disbelief at how perfectly the universe has handled this situation. There might even be a part of you that feels a little bit of compassion for these people because that is who you are. Taurus. You have a good heart, and even though they tried to harm you, you do not take pleasure in their suffering. But I need you to understand that what they are experiencing right now is not punishment in the vindictive sense. It is a lesson. The universe is teaching them in the only way they will learn, through direct experience of the consequences of their actions. They chose to create destruction in your life, so now they are experiencing destruction in their own. They chose to create chaos and conflict directed at you, so now they are experiencing chaos and conflict among themselves. This is cosmic law in action, and it is absolutely perfect in its precision. The Tower is also showing me that there are going to be revelations coming to light that shock even you, Taurus. You knew these people were working against you. You felt it. You sensed it. But you did not know the full extent of what they were doing or saying behind your back. As their alliance falls apart and they start turning on each other, information is going to come out. Secrets are going to be spilled. Things they said about you, plans they made, lies they told, all of it is going to be exposed, because when people are fighting with each other, they stop protecting each other's secrets. They use information as weapons against each other, and in doing so, they reveal truths that were meant to stay hidden. Now, when this information reaches you, and it will reach you one way or another, I want you to be prepared for it emotionally. It might hurt to know the depths of their betrayal or the extent of their negativity towards you. But I also want you to see it as confirmation that your decision to distance yourself, to protect your energy, to refuse to engage with their drama, was absolutely the right choice. You saved yourself from so much additional pain by listening to your intuition and removing yourself from their sphere of influence. The Tower is ultimately a card of liberation, even though it looks destructive on the surface. Yes, structures are falling, but those structures needed to fall because they were built on lies and could never sustain themselves long term. For you, the Tower in this reading represents your liberation from the spiritual warfare that was being waged against you. The structure of their attack has collapsed. Their ability to harm you has been neutralized, and you are now free to move forward without that heavy weight of their negativity following you around. This is a turning point, Taurus, and it is happening not because you fought back or sought revenge, but because you stayed in your integrity and let the universe handle it. That is real power, the power to trust in divine timing and divine justice, even when every part of you wants to take matters into your own hands. You showed incredible spiritual maturity by doing that, and now you get to witness the rewards of that patience and faith. I also want to mention that the Tower often comes with a feeling of shock or surprise, and you might be experiencing that right now as you watch this situation unfold. You might be hearing things through the grapevine about fights these people are having, about relationships that are ending, about drama that is erupting in their lives. And part of you might be thinking, wow, I did not expect it to get this intense. But the universe does not do things halfway, especially when it comes to protecting its children who are walking in their light and purpose. You are under divine protection, Taurus, and anyone who tries to harm you spiritually is going to find themselves on the receiving end of that protection in ways they never anticipated. The Tower is the universe's way of saying enough is enough and bringing swift and undeniable justice to the situation. What these people are experiencing now is the natural consequence of their choices, and there is no escape from it because you cannot outrun karma. You can only face it and learn from it or continue to suffer until you do. Let me move to the second card because the story gets even more interesting, and I want you to see the full picture of what the universe is orchestrating here. The second card coming through for you is the Page of Wands, and this is such a refreshing energy after the Tower. The Page of Wands represents new beginnings, enthusiasm, messages, and a youthful energy of exploration and discovery. In the context of your reading, this card is showing me that while their world is falling apart, your world is opening up with new opportunities, new passions, and new directions that you never would have been able to pursue if you had stayed entangled with these people and their drama. The Page of Wands is telling me that you are entering a phase of your life where you get to explore who you are without their influence, without their opinions, without their negative projections affecting your self-perception. This is your time to shine, to try new things, to follow your curiosity, and to discover aspects of yourself that have been dormant or suppressed. The timing of this card is particularly significant because it is showing up right after the Tower, which tells me that as their structures are collapsing, your foundation is actually getting stronger. You are not being pulled down by their downfall. You are being lifted up and propelled forward into new territory. The Page of Wands often brings messages as well, and I am seeing that you might receive some surprising news or information in the near future that opens up a new path for you. This could be a job opportunity, a creative project, a new friendship, or even a romantic connection that comes out of nowhere and reignites your passion for life. Whatever form it takes, this page energy is going to feel like a breath of fresh air after everything you have been through. It is going to remind you that life is supposed to be fun, adventurous, and full of possibilities, not heavy and burdened with other people's negativity. What I love about the Page of Wands in your reading is that it also represents learning and growth, but in a joyful way, not through suffering or struggle. You have done the hard work of healing and processing and protecting your energy, and now you get to enjoy the learning that comes from expansion and exploration rather than contraction and defense. This is such a different energy than what you have been dealing with, and I can feel how ready you are for this shift. The Page of Wands is saying that you do not have to have everything figured out right now. You just need to be open to following what excites you, what sparks your curiosity, what makes you feel alive. This is about reclaiming your joy and your sense of wonder about life, things that might have been diminished while you were dealing with the spiritual attacks from these people. The Page of Wands is also showing me that you are going to be inspired to communicate more, to share your truth, to express yourself in ways that you have been holding back on. Maybe you have been quiet about your experiences, not wanting to create drama or draw attention to yourself, but there is a growing urge within you to speak up, to share your story, to let your voice be heard. This does not mean you need to call out specific people or air their dirty laundry, but it does mean that you are ready to stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You are ready to take up space, to share your perspective, to contribute your unique gifts to the world without apologizing or second-guessing yourself. The Page of Wands gives you permission to be bold in your self-expression, to try new ways of communicating, and to trust that what you have to say matters and will resonate with the right people. Another aspect of the Page of Wands that is coming through strongly is the element of playfulness and not taking everything so seriously. You have been in survival mode, protection mode, and while that was necessary, it is time to let that guard down a little bit and remember how to play, how to laugh, how to enjoy the simple pleasures of life without constantly looking over your shoulder or wondering who is plotting against you. The people who are causing you harm are too busy destroying each other to even think about you anymore, which means you have space and freedom that you have not had in a while. Use it, Taurus. Use this time to reconnect with activities that bring you joy, to spend time with people who genuinely love and support you, and to invest your energy into building the life you actually want, rather than defending yourself against the life others were trying to impose on you. The Page of Wands is also a messenger card, and I am getting that you might hear through the grapevine about the chaos that is unfolding among the people who are working against you. Someone might reach out to you with information, or you might notice things on social media, or you might hear stories from mutual acquaintances about the drama and conflict that has erupted. When this happens, try to receive the information with a sense of detachment and even gratitude that you are not involved in it anymore. It is confirmation that the universe is handling things, but it does not require your engagement or your emotional investment. You can acknowledge it, maybe even feel a sense of vindication or relief, and then redirect your focus back to your own life and your own growth. The Page of Wands wants you moving forward, not looking backward, and every moment you spend analyzing their drama is a moment you are not spending creating your own magic. I am also seeing with the Page of Wands that you might feel called to learn something new, to develop a skill, to take a class, or to dive into a subject that fascinates you. This is the universe encouraging you to invest in yourself, to expand your knowledge and capabilities, and to remember that growth is a joyful process when you are doing it for yourself and not because someone else is pressuring you or making you feel inadequate. Whatever you choose to learn or explore, do it with the enthusiasm and openness of the page, knowing that every new skill and every new experience adds to your personal power and your ability to create the life you desire. This is about building yourself up from the inside out, filling yourself with knowledge, passion, and confidence that nobody can take away from you. The Page of Wands is such a hopeful card, and its presence in your reading is telling me that despite everything you have been through, despite the spiritual attacks and the negativity that was directed at you, you have not lost your spark. You have not let them dim your light permanently. Yes, you might have protected that light for a while, kept it shielded until it was safe to let it shine again, but it is still there, burning bright and ready to illuminate your path forward. This card is your confirmation that you are resilient, that you are strong, and that you have the ability to bounce back from adversity with even more passion and purpose than you had before. The people who tried to break you have failed, and not only have they failed, but they are now experiencing the consequences of their own actions while you are stepping into a new chapter filled with potential and promise. Now let me pull the third card for you because we are building a beautiful narrative here of destruction for them and renewal for you. And I want to show you how these energies are working together to create the perfect outcome. The third card that is coming through is the Ten of Swords. And I know this card can look scary at first glance, but in the context of your reading, it is actually incredibly positive. The Ten of Swords represents an ending, a completion, the moment when you can finally say, it is over. This is the card that tells me that the cycle of spiritual warfare, the attacks, the negative energy, all of it is coming to a definitive end. There is no more battle to fight because the battle has reached its conclusion and you are standing on the other side of it victorious, not because you destroyed your enemies, but because you outlasted them and maintained your integrity throughout the entire ordeal. The Ten of Swords often depicts a figure with swords in their back, symbolizing betrayal and defeat. But here is the crucial thing to understand about this card in your situation. Those swords are not in your back, Taurus. They are in the backs of the people who came against you. They are the ones experiencing the ultimate betrayal, the complete and total defeat of their plans and intentions. They thought they were attacking you, but in reality, they were setting up their own downfall, and now they are experiencing the full weight of that karma. The Ten of Swords is telling me that their campaign against you has reached its absolute end, not because they decided to stop, but because the universe has forced a conclusion by turning their energy back on themselves so completely that they no longer have the capacity to focus on you. What makes the Ten of Swords particularly powerful in your reading is that it represents rock bottom, the darkest moment before the dawn. And for these people, they are currently in that rock bottom moment. They are experiencing the consequences of their actions in the most intense way possible, and there is no escape, no way to avoid it, no way to deflect or minimize it. They have to sit with what they have created. They have to feel the pain of their own betrayal of each other, and they have to come to terms with the fact that their alliance against you has resulted in the complete destruction of their own relationships and peace of mind. This is the harshest lesson the universe can teach, but sometimes harsh lessons are necessary for real transformation to occur. For you, the Ten of Swords represents liberation and relief. It is the moment when you can finally exhale, finally let go of the hypervigilance and the protective stance you have been holding. Finally trust that the threat has passed and you are safe to move forward without looking over your shoulder. This card is telling me that you do not need to worry about these people anymore. You do not need to protect yourself from their energy anymore. You do not need to wonder what they are planning or saying or doing anymore, because they are too preoccupied with their own implosion to even remember why they were mad at you in the first place. The Ten of Swords brings closure, and while closure is not always easy, it is necessary for healing and for moving into the next phase of your journey. I am also seeing with the Ten of Swords that there might be a moment of grief or sadness for you. Not necessarily grief over losing these people, because they were not truly your friends if they could turn on you like this, but grief over the loss of what you thought those relationships were. There might be a mourning period for the illusion, for the hope you had that these were genuine connections, for the time and energy you invested before you realized their true nature. The Ten of Swords gives you permission to feel that sadness, to acknowledge the loss, and to process those emotions so that you can truly release them and move forward without carrying that baggage with you. Grief is not weakness. It is actually a sign of your capacity to love and to hope. And honoring that grief is part of honoring yourself. The Ten of Swords also brings a sense of mental clarity that comes after a period of confusion or mental anguish. You have probably been running through scenarios in your mind, trying to understand why these people did what they did, trying to make sense of their motivations, trying to figure out what you could have done differently to prevent the situation. The Ten of Swords is saying that those mental gymnastics can stop now because you have all the clarity you need. These people acted out of their own wounds, their own jealousy, their own insecurity, and nothing you could have said or done would have changed that. Their issues were never about you. They just projected them onto you. And now that the situation has reached its conclusion, you can see that clearly without the fog of being in the middle of it. One of the most important messages of the Ten of Swords is that the darkest hour is just before dawn, which means that as difficult or painful as this situation has been, you are on the verge of a major breakthrough and a new beginning. The worst is behind you, Taurus. The storm has passed, the battle is over, and now you get to step into the light of a new day with wisdom, strength, and a deeper understanding of who you are and what you deserve. The Ten of Swords marks the end of one chapter so that another can begin. And the chapter that is opening for you is going to be so much better than anything you could have experienced if you had stayed entangled with these people and their negativity. The Ten of Swords is also showing me that you might feel a sense of exhaustion right now, and that is completely understandable. Spiritual warfare is draining even when you are not actively fighting back. The energy of being targeted takes a toll on your system. Give yourself permission to rest, to recuperate, to restore your energy reserves before you jump into the next big thing. The Page of Wands energy is there waiting for you, that enthusiasm and excitement for new beginnings, but you do not have to rush into it. The Ten of Swords says you have earned a period of rest and recovery, and taking that time is not lazy or weak. It is wise and necessary. Your body, mind, and spirit need time to process everything that has happened and to release the tension and stress that you have been carrying. Let me pull the fourth card now because we are moving deeper into the revelation of how perfectly orchestrated this entire situation is by the universe. The fourth card coming through for you is the Two of Cups, and this is absolutely beautiful in contrast to everything we have been talking about. While their relationships are falling apart, while they are experiencing betrayal and conflict and the complete dissolution of their unity, you are being blessed with authentic connection, genuine love, and harmonious relationships. The Two of Cups is one of the most positive cards in the tarot when it comes to relationships of all kinds, romantic partnerships, friendships, business collaborations, any connection built on mutual respect, equal give and take, and genuine affection. What the Two of Cups is telling me is that as you remove yourself from toxic dynamics and as the universe clears out people who are not serving your highest good, you are creating space for the right people to enter your life. These are people who will appreciate you for who you are, who will support your growth, who will celebrate your successes instead of feeling threatened by them, and who will show up for you in ways that the previous people never could. The Two of Cups represents soul-level connections, people you are meant to walk with on this journey, and the universe is bringing these individuals into your orbit now that you are vibrating at a higher frequency and no longer tolerating less than you deserve. For those of you who are single, the Two of Cups could very well be indicating a romantic relationship that is either already forming or about to enter your life. This person is going to be different from anyone you have been involved with before because they are going to match your energy, your values, and your vision for the future. There will be a sense of ease and natural flow with this person, a feeling that you can finally exhale and be yourself without pretending or performing or walking on eggshells. The Two of Cups is about equal partnership, which means this person will not try to control you or change you or compete with you. They will simply appreciate you and want to grow alongside you. If you have been through difficult relationships in the past, relationships that took more than they gave, this Two of Cups connection is going to restore your faith in love and in the possibility of healthy, balanced partnership. For those of you who are already in a relationship, the Two of Cups is showing me that your bond with your partner is going to deepen and strengthen as a result of everything you have been through. Sometimes challenges and external pressures can either tear a couple apart or bring them closer together. And in your case, it is bringing you closer. Your partner has seen you navigate this spiritual warfare with grace and strength, and they have probably been your rock throughout this process, offering support and reassurance when you needed it most. The Two of Cups is saying that this shared experience has created a deeper level of trust and intimacy between you, and your relationship is entering a new phase where you both feel more secure, more committed, and more aligned with each other. But the Two of Cups is not just about romantic relationships. It also speaks to friendships and chosen family, the people who show up for you consistently and love you unconditionally. I am seeing that you are going to experience a renewal or deepening of certain friendships during this time, people who maybe were in your life, but you did not realize how valuable they were until you needed them. These friends have proven their loyalty and their genuine care for you, and the Two of Cups is highlighting these connections as sacred and worth nurturing. Sometimes we get so focused on the people who hurt us that we forget to appreciate the people who have been quietly supporting us all along. And this card is a reminder to acknowledge and celebrate those beautiful souls who have stood by you. The Two of Cups also brings an energy of reconciliation and healing, but not with the people who were working against you. This is more about internal reconciliation, healing the parts of yourself that might have felt unworthy of love or connection because of how you were treated. The Two of Cups is telling you that you are worthy, you are lovable, and the right people see that and want to connect with you authentically. Any narrative you might have been carrying about being difficult to love or not being enough or somehow deserving the treatment you received, the Two of Cups is here to dissolve that narrative completely. You are more than enough, exactly as you are, and the universe is sending you relationships that reflect that truth back to you. I am also picking up with the Two of Cups that there might be an opportunity for collaboration or partnership in your professional life, something that allows you to combine your skills and talents with someone else's in a way that creates something greater than either of you could create alone. This partnership will be based on mutual respect and shared vision, and it has the potential to be very successful and fulfilling for both parties. If you have been thinking about starting a business with someone, launching a creative project together, or joining forces in any capacity, the Two of Cups is giving that a green light and saying that the timing is right and the partnership is blessed. The contrast between what is happening with the people who attacked you and what is happening in your own life with the Two of Cups could not be more clear. They are experiencing division, betrayal, and the breakdown of their relationships, while you are experiencing unity, loyalty, and the formation of deep, meaningful connections. This is not coincidence. This is divine justice in action. The universe is showing you in very tangible ways that when you operate from love, integrity, and authenticity, you attract those same qualities back to you. And when you operate from jealousy, malice, and deception, you attract that back as well. The Two of Cups is your reward for staying true to yourself and for refusing to lower your vibration to match theirs. And this beautiful connection or connections that are coming into your life are going to remind you why it was worth it to take the high road. Let me pull the fifth card for you because I want to show you how the universe is supporting you moving forward and what energy you need to embody as you step into this new chapter. The fifth card coming through is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is such a grounding, stabilizing energy after everything we have explored. The Knight of Pentacles represents patience, dedication, practical action, and steady progress toward your goals. This card is telling me that while there has been a lot of upheaval and change happening around you, both in terms of the destruction of your enemy's plans and the new opportunities opening up for you, the most important thing you can do right now is stay focused on building your life, brick by brick, day by day, with consistency and determination. The Knight of Pentacles does not rush, does not cut corners, does not get distracted by drama or external chaos. This Knight knows exactly where they are going and what they need to do to get there, and they just keep putting one foot in front of the other, doing the work, showing up every day, trusting that small, consistent actions will compound over time into massive results. For you, Taurus, this energy is probably very natural because your sign is ruled by Venus, but also has a strong earth element that values stability, security, and tangible progress. The Knight of Pentacles is calling you back to that energy if you have been feeling scattered or uncertain, reminding you that you have the power to create the life you want through dedicated effort and smart choices. What I love about the Knight of Pentacles showing up in your reading is that it is telling me you are not going to be shaken by the revelations about what these people were doing or by the drama of watching their lives fall apart. You are going to stay focused on your path, your goals, your growth, and you are not going to let their chaos become your chaos. This is such an important message because it would be easy to get sucked into watching their downfall unfold, to spend time and energy thinking about what they are going through or feeling satisfaction at their suffering. But the Knight of Pentacles is saying that is beneath you and not worth your time. Your time and energy are valuable resources that should be invested in building your future, not in spectating someone else's collapse. The Knight of Pentacles is also highlighting your work life and career, telling me that this is an area where you are going to see significant progress and reward in the coming months. Maybe you have been working hard behind the scenes, putting in effort that has not been fully recognized yet, or maybe you have been developing skills and knowledge that are about to pay off in a big way. The Knight of Pentacles moves slowly but surely, and this card is confirmation that your dedication and consistency are going to result in tangible success. This could manifest as a promotion, a new job opportunity, recognition from your superiors, or simply a growing sense of mastery and confidence in your professional abilities. Financial stability is also strongly indicated with the Knight of Pentacles, and I am seeing that you are entering a period where your financial situation is going to improve and stabilize. Maybe you have been struggling or feeling insecure about money, or maybe you have just been wanting more breathing room and the ability to save and invest for the future. The Knight of Pentacles brings that energy of financial security through smart planning, disciplined spending, and consistent income. This Knight does not make reckless financial decisions or get seduced by get-rich-quick schemes. Instead, they build wealth slowly and sustainably through hard work and wise management of resources. Another aspect of the Knight of Pentacles that is coming through is the importance of taking care of your physical health and your body. Spiritual warfare and emotional stress take a toll on the physical body, and the Knight of Pentacles is reminding you to prioritize your health, to eat nourishing foods, to move your body in ways that feel good, to get adequate rest, and to create routines that support your overall well-being. This is not about perfection or punishing yourself. It is about treating your body with the respect and care it deserves as the vessel that carries you through life. When you feel strong and healthy physically, everything else becomes easier, and the Knight of Pentacles is encouraging you to make your health a priority as you move forward. The Knight of Pentacles is also patient with results, understanding that worthwhile things take time to build and that rushing or forcing outcomes usually leads to subpar results. This is such an important message for you right now, Taurus, because you might be feeling impatient to see the full manifestation of the justice and the blessings that are coming your way. You might want everything to happen immediately, for the people who hurt you to face consequences now, for the new opportunities to materialize now, for the healing to be complete now. But the Knight of Pentacles is asking you to trust the timing, to understand that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, and to focus on the daily actions that are within your control rather than trying to control the bigger picture or the timeline. I am also seeing with the Knight of Pentacles that you might be called to learn a new skill or pursue additional training or education that will enhance your professional abilities and open up new opportunities for you. This Knight is always interested in mastery and in becoming the best at what they do, and there is a sense that you are ready to take your expertise to the next level. Whether this means formal education, online courses, mentorship, or simply dedicated self-study and practice, the Knight of Pentacles is encouraging you to invest in your own development and to see yourself as a lifelong learner who is always growing and improving. The Knight of Pentacles brings such a steady, reliable energy that feels like a bomb after all the chaos and intensity of the other cards in your reading. This Knight is saying that you do not have to keep operating in crisis mode or survival mode. You can settle into a rhythm of consistent progress and trust that the universe has your back. You can make plans for the future with confidence, knowing that you have the discipline and the determination to follow through on those plans. You can build the life you want one choice at a time, one day at a time, and the results are going to be solid, lasting, and truly satisfying because they are built on a foundation of authenticity and hard work. Now let me pull the final card for you, the 6th card in this reading, because I want to leave you with a clear understanding of where you are headed and what the ultimate outcome of this entire situation is going to be. The 6th and final card coming through for you is the Sun, and I honestly could not ask for a more perfect card to conclude your reading. The Sun is pure joy, success, vitality, clarity, and celebration. This is the card that says everything you have been through, all the darkness, all the struggle, all the spiritual attacks, they were leading you to a place of radiant happiness and fulfillment that you could not have reached without going through the process. The Sun is telling me that you are stepping into the best chapter of your life, a time when everything finally makes sense, when you feel aligned with your purpose, when your relationships are healthy and supportive, when your work is rewarding and fulfilling, and when you can finally just enjoy your life without constantly bracing for the next attack or disappointment. The Sun brings warmth, light, and a childlike sense of wonder and happiness. And these are the qualities that are going to define your experience moving forward. You have earned this, Taurus. You have done the work. You have maintained your integrity. You have trusted the process, and now you get to bask in the rewards. The Sun is also about truth and illumination. Everything hidden is revealed, and all illusions are stripped away. In your situation, this means that not only are you going to see clearly who people really are and what their true intentions were, but you are also going to see yourself more clearly, recognizing your own strength, resilience, and worth in ways you might not have fully appreciated before. Sometimes we need challenges to show us what we are made of. And this experience has revealed to you that you are capable of handling so much more than you thought, that you cannot be broken by other people's negativity, and that your light shines even brighter after being tested. The Sun is a card of success in all areas of life: personal, professional, relational, and spiritual. This is not just one good thing happening. This is multiple blessings converging at once to create a period of genuine happiness and prosperity. You might find that career opportunities are opening up at the same time that a beautiful relationship is forming, or that your creative projects are taking off just as your health and energy are improving. The Sun brings abundant blessings, and the universe is making up for the difficult time you went through by showering you with positive experiences and opportunities. For the people who are working against you, they are not experiencing their Sun moment. They are still dealing with the aftermath of the Tower and the Ten of Swords, learning their lessons the hard way. And that is exactly as it should be, because the universe is just and fair, and it ensures that everyone experiences the consequences of their choices, whether those consequences are blessings or challenges. You chose the path of integrity, and they chose the path of malice, and now both paths are leading to their natural conclusions. Your conclusion is joy and success, theirs is conflict and consequence. The Sun is also about authenticity and being able to show up as your true self without masks or pretense. One of the gifts of going through this experience is that you have shed any need to perform or to try to please people who were never going to be satisfied anyway. You are learning to be unapologetically yourself, to express your truth, to pursue your passions, and to surround yourself only with people who appreciate and celebrate the real you. The Sun gives you permission and encouragement to shine brightly, to take up space, to be visible and confident in who you are without dimming your light to make anyone else comfortable. I am also seeing with the Sun that there might be a public recognition or celebration of your achievements coming soon. Maybe you have been working on something significant behind the scenes and it is about to be revealed to the world. Maybe your talents and contributions are going to be acknowledged in a way that brings you visibility and respect. The sun loves to shine in public, and there is an energy here of you stepping into a more visible role where your gifts can impact more people and where you receive the recognition you deserve for your hard work and dedication. The sun brings vitality and energy, so physically you are going to feel so much better as you move forward from this situation. The heaviness that you have been carrying, the exhaustion from defending yourself spiritually, the stress of wondering what was going to happen next, all of that is going to lift and you are going to feel lighter, more energized, more alive. This is a great time to engage in activities that bring you joy, to spend time outdoors, soaking up actual sunlight, to laugh more, to play more, to reconnect with the simple pleasures that make life worth living. The sun is also a card of inner child healing, reconnecting with the part of you that knows how to be happy just because, without needing a reason or external validation. Your inner child has been through a lot, witnessing these attacks and betrayals. And the sun is here to remind that innocent, joyful part of you that it is safe to come out and play again, that the danger has passed and that life can be fun and magical and beautiful. Spend some time doing things that your younger self would have loved, whether that is creative play, exploring nature, or simply allowing yourself to feel excited and enthusiastic about things without cynicism or jadedness. The sun is the 19th card in the major arcana, and 19 reduces to 1 in numerology, which is the number of new beginnings and fresh starts. This confirms what we have been seeing throughout the reading, that this is a brand new chapter for you, a chance to start over with wisdom and clarity about what you want and what you will not tolerate. The number 1 is also about leadership and pioneering. And I am seeing that you might be called to lead or inspire others in some capacity, sharing your story or your gifts in a way that helps other people navigate their own challenges. The sun wants you to celebrate, Taurus, not in a way that is gloating over other people's misfortune, but in a genuine celebration of your own survival, your own growth, your own triumph over adversity. You made it through the dark night, and now you are standing in the full light of day, and that deserves to be acknowledged and honored. Do something special for yourself, mark this transition in a meaningful way, and allow yourself to feel proud of how you handled this situation. Not everyone would have shown the same grace, patience, and integrity that you did, and those qualities are what attracted this beautiful sun energy into your life. So Taurus, let me bring all of this together for you because the story the cards are telling is so clear and so powerful. The people who came against you spiritually, who formed an alliance to try to bring you down, are now experiencing the complete collapse of everything they built because it was built on a foundation of negativity and lies. The Tower has struck their structure. The Ten of Swords has brought their plans to a definitive end, and they are turning on each other in ways that are far more destructive than anything they tried to do to you. Meanwhile, you have emerged from this situation stronger, wiser, and ready for the incredible blessings that are coming your way. The Page of Wands is bringing you new opportunities and rekindling your passion for life. The Two of Cups is bringing authentic connections and genuine love. The Knight of Pentacles is supporting you in building a stable and successful future through consistent effort. And the Sun is illuminating your path forward with joy, success, and the radiant energy of someone who has overcome and is now thriving. The universe has not only protected you from their attacks, but it has turned those attacks back on them in a way that serves as both justice and education. They are learning the hard way what happens when you try to harm someone who is under divine protection. And you are learning that when you trust the universe and maintain your integrity, you are rewarded beyond what you could have imagined. This is not just about karma. Although karma is certainly at play here, this is about the fundamental spiritual law that says what you put out comes back to you multiplied, and that law is impersonal and exact in its application. As you move forward from here, remember that you do not need to monitor these people or check up on what is happening with them. Their story is playing out exactly as it needs to, and your focus needs to be on your own beautiful unfolding. The Page of Wands energy is calling you to explore, to try new things, to follow your curiosity and excitement. The Two of Cups is inviting you to open your heart to genuine connection and to nurture the relationships that truly matter. The Knight of Pentacles is reminding you to stay grounded, to keep taking practical steps toward your goals, and to build the life you want with patience and dedication. And the Sun is promising you that all of this is leading to a place of joy, success, and fulfillment that is beyond anything you have experienced before. The spiritual war that was waged against you is over, and you won, not by fighting back, but by refusing to participate in the battle and by trusting that the universe would handle it in the perfect way. The reckoning that these people are experiencing among themselves is the natural consequence of their actions, and it has nothing to do with you anymore. You are free, Taurus, free from their energy, free from the burden of their negativity, free to create the life you truly desire without interference or sabotage. And that freedom, combined with the incredible blessings that are flowing to you now, is going to create a future that is brighter and more beautiful than you ever imagined possible. Thank you so much for being here with me today, Taurus. I hope this reading has brought you clarity, confirmation, and a sense of peace about everything you've been going through. Remember that you are powerful, you are protected, and you are so deeply loved by the universe. The best is yet to come, and I cannot wait for you to experience all the magic and blessings that are on their way to you. If this reading resonated with you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Share your experiences, your insights, and let me know if you have been seeing these energies play out in your life. And as always, if you enjoyed this reading, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss future readings. Sending you so much love and light, beautiful Taurus. Until next time, stay blessed, stay protected, and keep shining your incredible light.